Onyeka just got the shocking news of her husband's death. He had died of heart failure in the early hours of the morning. Onyeka couldn't believe her ears. She looked at everyone with shock on her face and her hands placed on her head. The only thing she could say was, "I'm finished. What happens to my baby?" The news of Chief's death got to Onyeka's parents. They were both devastated. Onyeka's mother couldn't wrap her head around the fact that her little girl is now a widow within 1 year of marriage. She turned to Onyeka's father. "I knew it. I knew it wasn't going to end well. You see what your greed and desperation has cost?" Onyeka's mother left at once for Chief's house. She needed to be with her daughter. On the other hand, Mr. Obidi was sad for the wrong reason. He had not yet collected the documents of the land Chief Chinedu had promised him. "So, what was the need of marrying off my daughter to him?" Mr. Obidi said loudly to himself. Soon, the news of Chief's sudden demise spread round the village. The villagers pointed accusing fingers at Onyeka because she was Chief's youngest and recent wife. They began to gossip. "That Chief's new wife is Badome. Just 1 year after her marriage, and I hear she's pregnant. She must have killed him. Are we even sure the baby belongs to Chief Chinedu? She must have a young lover." The funeral preparation started, and it was another level of torment for poor Onyeka. One day, Mama Nnuku called for a meeting of the wives to discuss the funeral arrangement and the way forward for the wives and their children. Everyone had one thing or the other to contribute. When it was Onyeka's turn to speak, she couldn't say anything. Tears rolled down her face. Suddenly, Ebere yelled at her, "Will you stop shedding those crocodile tears, baby wife? You have succeeded in killing our husband. We have been married to him for years, and he was so healthy. No sickness at all. You came along just recently, and now Chief is no more. Evil girl." Iberi, keep quiet. Mama Nuku interrupted her. "Did you not hear the doctor say Chief passed due to heart failure? How was that Onyeka's fault? You really need to watch your tongue, young woman." Mama Nuku tried her best to shield Onyeka from everyone, but the circumstances and tradition didn't favor Onyeka at all. The entire village accused her of Chief's death and needed her to prove her innocence. Proving her innocence required Onyeka sleeping alone with her husband's corpse for 2 days in his room. And if she makes it through the second day, then it's proven that she's innocent. As if that wasn't enough, on the day of Chief's funeral, Onyeka was asked to drink the water from the bath of her late husband's corpse. At that point, Mama Nuku felt so much pity for her. Mama Nuku pleaded with the village elders and Umuada women, "Please, spare the little girl. She's pregnant. For the sake of the unborn baby, spare her not to drink the water." After much deliberation, they considered Mama Nuku's plea and let Onyeka be. After Chief was laid to rest, the wife's hair was shaved and they were given black mourning cloth to wear according to tradition. 4 days after Chief's funeral, Onyeka went into labor. She was in so much pain, yet her cervix was not dilating. Her body and mind had gone through so much stress during Chief's funeral. Onyeka's mother and Mama Nuku was with her, encouraging her. After 8 hours of laboring with no progress, Onyeka was taken in for a cesarean session and she was delivered of a baby boy. She named him Obinne, meaning mother's heart. Onyeka was for the first time in a long while happy at the sight of Obinne. She held him in her arms and all her pain automatically went away. One day, Mr. Obidi, Onyeka's father, paid her a visit. When he was about to leave, he said to Onyeka, "Onyeka Nwam, now your husband is no more. I would suggest if you came home with Obinne so that we can take proper care of you and plan for your future." Onyeka stood up with so much anger in her voice. "You have no conscience, Papa. You should be ashamed of yourself. What future are you speaking about? The one you messed up due to your selfishness? All of a sudden, you have plans for me? This was the house you sold me into, Papa. And here will I stay and raise my son. If you don't mind, Papa, you may take your leave." Months went by and Onyeka tried to fend for herself and Obinne. She sold palm oil at the community market. When Obinne was 6 months old, Onyeka spoke to Mama Nuku about going back to school. Mama Nuku was excited about Onyeka's plan and promised to support her. Mama Nuku will take care of Obinne in the morning while Onyeka goes to school. This arrangement went on till Onyeka was done with her secondary school education. Onyeka was determined to further her education. She secured an admission into the university to study pharmacy and would always come home during the holidays to see Obinne and Mama Nuku. Onyeka excelled in her academics. After 5 years, she graduated as a pharmacist. She got a job with a big pharmaceutical company in the city of Lagos. Soon, Obinne left the village and joined his mother in the city. But the scars Onyeka had in life shaped her, and she vowed never to remarry. She derived happiness and fulfillment from her son and her job. Onyeka was always grateful for her life, the lessons and opportunities, and most importantly, for Mama Nuku, who was her guardian angel. The fact that Onyeka achieved her dreams in life, despite her life struggles, gave her the heart to forgive her father. This story teaches the importance of communication and understanding between parents and their children. It emphasizes that parents should listen to their children's aspirations and concerns. Parents should avoid using their children as tools in achieving their selfish desires. Finally, the story encourages that no matter your past or present struggles, there's always light at the end of the tunnel.